Experience 10 days of Grand Europe trip for easy EMI of Rs 25,000 only with GT Holidays, South India's #1 travel brand.
Wonder Diamond, South India's largest lab-grown diamond brand, stores at Chennai, Coimbatore, Bangalore and Hyderabad.
Hello and welcome to Galata Plus. In this episode, we're going to be talking about VamshiPaidipally's Varisu starring Vijay and Rashmika Mandana. Now, if you look at the cast list in the Wikipedia page for Varisu, you will find Rashmika's name, but next to her, you won't find the name of a character. Of course, this could just be a matter of someone not yet finding the time to do the update. But it becomes a sort of metaphor for the heroine. It doesn't matter what her name is. She's there for a few songs and fewer lines. It is true that one goes to a Vijay movie only for Vijay. But couldn't they have written a few actual scenes that show why Vijay, that's Vijay's name in the film too, falls for this woman? Oh, there is a reason, but it's so silly that you wonder why writers were needed for it. To be frank, the whole film is so predictable that you wonder why writers were needed for it. All they needed was scenes from old family entertainers plus clips of Vijay's mass moments. Now, I have probably said this before, but forgive me for the repetition. I treat these big hero films like the James Bond or the Mission Impossible movies. I understand completely that you cannot change the formula, but you can certainly change the flavors you can add to each iteration of the same formula, right? That never happens in Varisu, whose story is a bit like that of Chekka Chivandavanam. Sarath Kumar plays a patriarch with 3 sons, one of whom will inherit his business empire. In other words, become his Varisu. It is to Sarath Kumar's credit that as an actor, even with this screenplay and this character definition, he manages to deliver a fairly moving performance. Prabhu plays his doctor and an old friend, and the few lines that they share, like "Nee odanja nanu odanjiruven," are the only times you get the sense of a real relationship on screen. As for the rest of the film, it could be titled Vijay Solves All Problems. Again, I get that this is how it has to be. This is the formula. I get that totally. But consider Bigil, which I continue to insist is one of the better Vijay films in the recent past. Each of the women had a genuine issue. Each of them had something relatable in the real world. Here, the family's issues are treated so randomly that it's hard to care that these people even need a savior. A woman agrees to go back to a cheating husband. Now get the situation. She agrees to go back to a cheating husband not because the husband repents, but because Vijay saves the day. Worse, we get to concentrate on generic mining deals and other things outside the house when the film is supposed to deal with the problems inside the house. A particularly excruciating stretch is about how Vijay overcomes a no-confidence motion. Poor Prakash Raj, he's reduced to being a dummy villain, and poor Jayasudha is reduced to being a dummy mummy. Nothing goes beyond the surface. Had they spent time inside, that is inside the house, we would have had a little more time to understand the friction between Vijay and his father. But here, we accept this friction not because we feel it due to a series of events, but because the screenplay says this is how it is. 1 minute we are thrust into human trafficking, the next second the leads are dancing to the very catchy Ranjita May. Then we get a tragic scene involving cancer. In the old days, these drastic shifts in mood and tone would be called bad screenwriting, but today, because of the way we consume unrelated content at a stretch on our phones, that complaint appears to have become invalid. If one scene does not work, then scroll to the next one and forget about the earlier scene that did not work. As long as something is giving you a bit of sensation, I guess it's okay. And what about Vijay? Outside the theatre, someone came up to me and asked if I had seen the film. Just to gauge his reaction, I said not yet. He said he really liked it, and he said Vijay needs a break like this. What he meant was that Vijay has been making very intense action films, and it's nice to see a family entertainer like this where he's all light and casual. I guess I belong to the other camp, where I'd rather see Vijay in a focused film like Master or even a Tupaki, where there is actually something at stake other than giving the fans a bunch of whistle moments. Vijay still looks young, he still dances like a dream, he still does the little comedy bits well, he still references his earlier catchphrases like "I am waiting." So I figure the real question at the end of Varisu is not whether is it good, but is this enough? And that's it about Varisu. If you like this review, do subscribe to Galata Plus and see you soon at the movies.
Experience 10 days of Grand Europe trip for easy EMI of Rs 25,000 only with GT Holidays, South India's #1 travel brand.
Wonder Diamond, South India's largest lab-grown diamond brand, stores at Chennai, Coimbatore, Bangalore and Hyderabad.